Today we're going to unbox and take photos with a telephoto disposable camera from the early 90s. Welcome back to another episode of Film Friday. Now, I have had quite a little obsession with disposable film cameras recently, and I was on eBay the other day and I found this. This is a Kodak Funsaver Telefoto 35. It's a 35mm disposable point-and-shoot camera, but it has a telephoto lens on the front of it. It's got this really weird, unique design, this big black chunk of plastic coming off the front. Now, according to the box, the film in this camera expired in May 1993, so I don't have super high hopes for getting good images out of this camera, but we might as well give it a try and see what we can get. Now, this camera has 24 exposures and it's Kodak Gold 1600. That's pretty cool, a little more sensitive, I'm assuming because the lens is longer, the aperture is probably narrower. Now, this film is going to be much slower today because of how expired it is, but we might be able to still get a usable image. Okay, let's unbox the camera. All right, and it comes in a gold foil. That's pretty nice. It's probably going to smell kind of funny inside. Yeah, it sure smells like expired film in there. And, oh, interesting. There's some sort of rubber band around it. Not really sure what that is for. Oh, and I'm actually realizing now this is a strap to go through here, so you can hold onto the camera when you're walking around. I don't really need it, so I'll put that aside for now. And yeah, this is a very unique disposable camera design. I've never seen a disposable camera with such a large front element. And it's got all the basics. You know, you've got your film crank wheel, your viewfinder, your shutter button, your film counter. And then on the front here, looks like this is an exposure setting. You've got bright sunlight. And then this, I wasn't really sure what this symbol meant, but if we look on the back here, it says it's for using in floodlights in like a sports stadium. We got a 15-foot minimum focus distance, so you can't get any closer than that. ISO 1600 film. It's 24 exposures, and it's a 85mm lens with an f11 aperture. I'm assuming that's f11. That's wider than f11. Not sure. Maybe f8. So that's cool. Now, what's interesting about the viewfinder is it says here on the box that you're supposed to look through it. And if you can see your subject through the ND filtration in the viewfinder, you know that it's bright enough to take the shot. But if all you can see is the white dot in the center of your image, that indicates that there's not enough light and you won't get a proper exposure. Interesting way to do it, and it makes a lot of sense. You know, they don't want you taking this camera out and shooting a bunch of telephoto shots that are black. You know, they want you to get exposed images, and this is a way to do it. Pretty clever. And just for reference, here is a standard Kodak Funsaver 35mm disposable camera from about the same period. They're similar shape on the front, on the side, and on the back. But as you can see, got a much larger front lens element on here than on here. Oh, and the film in this is actually fresher than the film in this, because the film in this expired in 92, while this expired in 93. So we're gonna get much better results from this camera. Okay, let's take this camera out, take some pictures, and see if we can get any usable exposures with film that is 30 years expired. And as I expected, the film did not come out that great. I mean, this is very, very expired film. So you have quite a color shift to a bluish tint. And then on the edges of the film, there is a light leak. I'm guessing this is just because the film's been sitting in the camera for so long, light has seeped in and it's kind of fogged the film on the edges. Also, this is 1600 speed film, but because it's so expired, I should have really been shooting it at a slower speed, but because the camera is set up to shoot 1600 ISO film, the settings are locked in for that speed, which meant everything was fairly underexposed, and I had to do some editing to bring it back in post. But overall, I still like the results. I know they're really grainy, really poor image quality, but there's kind of a beauty to all this grain. It kind of adds this interesting texture over all of the images. It makes them feel really old and kind of nostalgic. So this is definitely not a expired film or camera that you're going to want to shoot important images with, but it's fun to use when you're experimenting. Okay, that was a quick look at this fairly unique disposable camera from the early 90s. If you'd like to see more Film Friday videos where we take a look at various films and film cameras, click here. Also, click here to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more videos just like this one. I'm Sean with PhotoDiox.com, and have fun shooting with disposable film cameras.